Fuck itself already. Jesus Christ. This is unbelievable. What a house of fucking horrors this is. Jesus. I mean, come on. You want to torture us, baseball gods. I don't know. I don't know what you. I can't even write what you could do. I'm talking to a ceiling as a baseball god. What you could do to destroy us any more than you've done this year. I mean, come on, Devin Williams. Look, and Devin Williams has been good. He hasn't been Devin Williams good from 3 years ago, or Edwin Diaz good, but he's been good. Weaver's been good. Brazaban yesterday gave up Cinco di Stinko, but that was his worst all year. Hey, Brooklyn, drink of water. That's 5 fucking days old. I'm out of my mind here. Where's Harris? All right. Oops. He's been annoying the shit out of me for fucking years. This is Ozzy Albies. He fouled. They should just put the line up there when Peralta 93 pitches in 5 innings. Albies 36 of them. Fuck. So tired of this fucking bullshit. Matt Olson. As you'd hear, go back to an early 70s sitcom. Can you imagine this there? Oh, God. And they do the roll call. I was in the car trying to listen to the fucking game, and I'm hearing, it's bad enough. I'm being haunted from Yankee Stadium in Atlanta. I'm hearing, yes, Steve. They can't even pronounce his fucking name right, and they're doing a roll call. But it's sick. I can't look at me. I'm like a 13-year-old. My voice is going up and down like a fucking meter on a heart monitor. Jorge Mateo, perfect, an ex-Yankee. If he had a race with the speed of light, he'd lose by a neck. That's how fast this fucking guy is. We got Ewing, who's supposed to be fast. He gets picked off. He gets caught stealing. Only us. We have the fastest guy in the fucking minor leagues. He gets picked off, doubled off. I've had enough of Ewing already, too. Ewing has to sit a little because he's starting to fucking annoy me. I know he can hit, but he has no baseball sense. Ewing has no baseball IQ at all. Nothing. No, Mets, I don't. But no baseball IQ, Ewing. Hey, Ed, but this is ridiculous. Every fucking day you got to go through this bullshit. How come when the Mets are losing by 2, it's out, trouble, out? You never have to go through this. And in the car, I'm hearing them. They're chanting names like roll call in Atlanta. Since when did they do that in Atlanta? I thought that was a Yankee Stadium stupid bullshit thing. Now, who's Torrens hitting his head? I think that was a ball. So, waste your 1 challenge. Oh, that was a strike? Was it? By a C here. Wow. 2-1. Yeah, Torrens' old big shot. I got it. I told you. Fuck out. He had a big hit, though. I'll give him that. I don't know about girls, Daniel, but they can't pitch. You got that right. Good pitch. He's challenging again. This one might be low. These are good pitches. They'd be out of the inning already if you didn't have the stupid ADS. Wow, good challenge. Trade Alvarez right now. Just don't even trade him. Just say, we got rid of you. I don't know where you're going to go. Just take a bus and take the first bus ticket anyway. Torrens just stole you the game if you get out here. With those 2 great challenges. In the dirt now. Watch him challenge that. There it is. Oh, don't challenge. No mas. Don't be a big shot. I'm a bigger shot. I got 2 challenges now. I have the game-winning hit. You're not the game-winning hit yet. So 7-6. So the Met relievers. This is a house of fucking horror. God, the tragic is back, people. Forget the magic. This is unbelievable. Let's see. Ooh, did he get him? Get the fuck out of here. How much is he owed? Democrat. Oh, God. The Democrats must be happy tonight. The USA lost. I know they were miserable because Mexico lost the other day. They must be, it's dancing in the streets that the USA lost because we know they can't fucking stand America. That was, oh, God. Here we go. Who is this up? Mauricio Dubon. That's a name that would beat you. Dubon, right? That's a name that would beat you. And I want to know again, why the fuck is Beatty still playing? Why do I have to see this motherfucker every day in the lineup? Jesus, release his fucking ass already. Jesus. Oh, the Liberals, they're happy tonight. The USA lost. They were miserable when Mexico lost. If USA ever went to a war with Mexico, the Liberals would root for Mexico to win. Fucking jerk-offs. Let's see here. 1-0. Dubon. I'm always leery of a guy that I can't pronounce his name right. Eddie must be ahead of me if he just predicted the win. Oh, no, he's ahead of me. All right. I wasn't prepared for the dance. I wasn't prepared for anything. Let me give you a dance here because I promise you guys I got to give you a dance. Let me see what I can do. I got one. I got one for you people. I'll give you my the best I got for you. I could do the spin, you know. I was a karate guy. Well, I still am a karate guy. Fifth degree black belt, people. Caught it there. You like that? All right. I'm not going to go too crazy. Maybe I'll make my 9 cents advertising. They won't take me out here. But, okay. Good win. Green did nothing to help us, really. He listen, I could have told you to walk Matt Olson. He didn't do anything there. But, look, backup catcher does the job. The Mets go – Joe, I don't know how did the Mets go 2-2 in the House of Horrors? Atlanta's been – torturing them since I'm 11. Atlanta used to lose 180 fucking games in a 162 game season, and I used to be around for it all. I remember in the 80s. Oh, not the 1880s, people, but just unbelievable. Another heart attack win, Ray. Now, shout out to James, our friend James Fulmer, because he got a good report, and I generally don't do this without permission, but I'm going to because it meant so much to me. Hope he doesn't sue me or anything. He said this to me last night when I dedicated the show to him and every show from now until he got back. Vin, I seen your show in my bed. I teared up. My wife said, "Thanks so much for caring." Now, for the good news, they don't have to personal. He was having some health problems, but he is doing great. I hope he got discharged, and I do love you, and I pray. See, my prayers were answered. Now prayers were answered because our friend James is much better, and he thought he was going to be going for a long convalescent, and he's going to be okay. So thank God. James, I don't know if you're listening, my friend, but God bless you. And I'm glad, and thank your wife for me. I'm sure she's a wonderful lady. Braves choking loss, 7-14 Mets 2 in a row, 6 games at home coming. Let's win 4-2 this week against Boston. Yeah, Ed, Yes, dedicate. When you see James is okay, and the Mets said, you know what, let's do something for this guy. He puts up with our fucking bullshit all the time, and then this Brooklyn guy got to put up with our shit too. Now, let's get the business out of the way. I'm gonna start DJing again, maybe, and my friend Ira and I went to this guy who used to do doo-wop shows. He'd been in many bands in Suffolk and pretty, not famous ones, but well known. Nice guy, Charlie. Gave us a lot of equipment because he was out of the business. I just found out he passed about 4 hours ago of a heart attack. So, once again, I come on here spewing bullshit. What's important is James being well. I didn't know Charlie's family, but God bless Charlie's family. God bless you, Charlie. You're a very nice man. You're very nice to me. A couple of times I met you, and you're singing in heaven, and God bless you and your family. This is something, we get caught up in a lot of the nonsense. It doesn't count against them. It doesn't count against them, that run. It's not against your ERA, that run. I just think that if you don't worry about things, it's like participation trophies, right? Oh, we shouldn't care about the Mets because someone died 18 hours ago. No, what we should do is obviously give a shit a little more about the guy that passed away and then eventually care about this. But what I'm saying is it really does put things in perspective. And, someone passes that I didn't know well. James I haven't met, but I like James, and I would hope to meet him one day. And he, thank goodness, got great news today. So God bless you, James. And this one's for you. And, I'm so happy you're okay. But, being a Met fan is a long and tedious process. It's a full-time fucking job, and it's hard. I'm rushing off the BQE here to get here on time. I said, go into extra innings so I can have a little time to prepare. It's sick. This is my life. Waiting for extra innings to come on YouTube and start screaming and do fucking happy dances. Isn't that sad? 64 years old. I'm making sure I can fucking still spin without breaking my kneecap. Isn't it? But you know what? For all the bullshit, the Mets went 2-2 in Atlanta. The team that's arguably – Atlanta's a better team than Philly. Arguably the best team. Hey, Thomas, how are you? Yeah, too much. You're telling me. But it is what it is. I like sharing time with you guys. I know it is very hard to be a Met fan, especially it's hard to be a Met fan, but we joke around. In 1986, it was hard to be a Yankee fan, especially when they had to take all the shit with going like this when the Mets were great. But you know what? The bottom line is being a fan of any team, for the most part, is stressful. Now, if you're the Yankees, even, when's the last time the Yankees won the World Series? The difference is they're supposed to win every year. Is that more stressful? Is that more embarrassing? No, Larry, you're right. I'm blessed. I feel blessed. I didn't have the easiest life. I lost parents. I was on my 35th birthday. I got a call. My father was sick. He died 3 years later. 3 years. I wish 3 years. 3 days later. My mother, before my 40th birthday in 2001. I lost my both sisters, one at 39 about 18 years ago and one 9 years ago, 11 months my junior. We were very close, my sister Nancy. My youngest sister, we were close when we were younger, but that happens. But we got close, and then she passed. So I've had a lot, but I am blessed. I am, no doubt, I'm blessed. And we all take our teams very seriously, some more than others. Some throw remote controls. This is my third. They're like $25, or they used to be free. Now order from Verizon is $25. I'm keeping it on the bed now. The bed's right here, and I almost just fucking knocked it off. But so I'm sorry, Larry. So you were 14 or 13? 13. Yeah, that's rough. I'm very sorry, Larry. Yeah, it's tough. And baseball is supposed to be an emollient. It's supposed to be something to get you through the tough times. It's not supposed to always give you a tough time, but it's a different tough time it's giving you. Okay, because although there's some stress, it didn't affect your life if they lost tonight. It affects your fandom. Oh, I'm sure, William. Thank you. Um, but hey, I used to do the moonwalk in the '80s. I could dance when I was young. But you know what? I I think that we look at this Met team. We are evolving as fans with the young kids, and it reminds me of when you have children and listen. There's no instruction booklet when the baby comes out of the womb. You learn to be a parent. I'm sorry, Joe. And what happens is we grow up with the children. And then what happens is when we have a son, we are no longer really our father's son, and we're now our son's father. Things change. But rooting for sports gives you something that you have in common with everybody. Now, baseball's a little different. With the Knicks, you could be a stockbroker worth 10 billion or a guy working in a bodega for $15 an hour. And they probably make $40 an hour now, but you know what I mean. And you have the same feeling. You might not be at the game, but listening, you swear you're there. Basketball is a little different. Enter the Dragon. So I just feel that this gives us something that we always come back to. Now, why do we always come back to it? Eddie and I were discussing this over the 4th of July in 190 fucking degree heat. You could have spirited conversations over baseball and be a fan of the same team and disagree about everything. This is one of the subjects that you could disagree about everything, but still root for the team. Like it's much like politics. On my station, I interviewed Joe Adabo, senator. You can look back; he's a friend of mine. You go to my channel, you'll see it. And then and he's a Democrat. I didn't beat him up; he's my friend. And there was no challenging the fact that he is just as patriotic as someone who doesn't believe in the thing he believes in. But that person might be patriotic. Well, as a Met fan, we could disagree. Hey, Rob, we could disagree on a lot about the Mets, but still, you can't question. I can't say to you, oh, you think that Beatty sucks. You're not a Met fan. You never hear that in baseball. Or you think Soto's overrated. You're not a Met fan. You don't hear that. Baseball is one of the few sports where if you don't watch a player every day, you can get a total disconnect. If you didn't watch Derek Jeter every day, you look at the back of his baseball card, he's a compiler. He played a lot of years. He never was the best shortstop in either league, any of the years he played. But if you watched him with these great flips and the backhand play at the plate and all that, jumping into the load section to catch a ball, you'd see what people talk about. Hockey, no, Corsi numbers in hockey. Your statistics don't lie. Baseball can lie. Here is Greeny. And Juan Soto is the best player in the National League right now.
2 count usually likes to go the other way in that situation. What did you like about his at-bat, his approach there? He just competes.
He just competes, and we got to do better. I've said it for him. This is why I can turn it off. But I'll tell you this much, Larry. The funny thing is, I just spoke to Mike Massa on here. I just spoke to him. He said hello. I saw him during the week. Oh, Soto is the best player in the National League this year, other than Otani. First of all, it appears, well, first of all, he has a very inflated on-base percentage because they don't pitch to him. You know, he's on base 3 out of every 4 at-bats during the game because no one pitches to him. And the reason why they don't pitch to him, look at the replay of the home run. That's why they don't. But he's having another Soto year. This guy missed 20 games. Is probably going to knock in 100. He's going to probably hit 40. 400 on base percentage, probably, I would guess, an OPS plus of 155 to 160. It's going to be 60% better than every hitter at his position. Well, he's not 28 yet. He'll be 28 September or something? Soto's a great player. Soto is amazing. Now, this is the difference between Green and Mendoza. The Mets don't win this game if Mendoza's managing. They just don't. It's not sunny out if they just don't win this game. They find a way to lose this game. They found a way to win this game in the toughest place for them to play of any ballpark. And I'll tell you, if you would have told me that this team went 2-2 against Atlanta. Now, Atlanta hasn't been hitting either. And they're banged up. But look, can you expect more than 2-2 in Atlanta? No, you can't. I think that the Mets showed a lot of heart tonight. And Devin Williams is Devin Williams. Devin Williams is going to blow up every 5 or 6 games. He's only blown 2 saves this year. That's it. He just looks terrible blowing them. That's the problem with Devin Williams. Gives up a hit. He walks a guy, another hit. You know, it's just not home run, gone, you lose. Devin Williams puts you through a 20-minute inning. That's the difference. You get paper cut to death with Devin Williams. But Weaver's been great. Weaver's been so great, he's probably going to get traded. And, you know, it's interesting if you look at the best relievers in the National League this year. He's one of them. Weaver, in fact, is probably top 5. He's got a whip of about 0.8, ERA under 2. Yeah, I don't know why they pitched him. I would never let Juan Soto beat me, even if I end up losing. I wouldn't let Soto beat me. You let a guy hitting 230 beat you. Why would you let a Hall of Fame player in his prime? Hey, Kendrick. Why would you let Soto beat you? You know, Lindor has holes in his swing. Soto's only hole in his swing is because he gets so many at bats where he doesn't get any pitches that he gets a little over anxious and wants to hit. I saw that since last July. It was his first blown save. Iglesias has been great. Mets picked up a pitcher today. That was a good move, walking Olsen. But the New York Mets, now I'm going to tell you, I totally agree with this move. They brought in a young player. He's been pretty good. I don't know why Detroit gave him up. It was actually a good move. He's been very good in the minors, this kid. Where is it? Is this it here? I'm looking for the news. It just came over my feed. And it's an under the radar. It's a Stearns move. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'll show you the Soto home run. And then we'll talk about everything else. Here's the Soto home run, which was a towering home run.
And a high fly ball, deep right field, right down the line. God, if it stays fair, that ball is out of here. Juan Soto gives the Mets the lead.
Oh, Soto mio. Wonderful. He's wonderful. Crazy finish. Yeah, Matt Seelinger, very, very under the radar. I even agree with Stearns with this, and I don't agree with, if Stearns said it was fucking July 6th today, I'd say, you're full of shit. No, it isn't. You know, I don't give him any credit. But no, this was a good move. 31 years of age. He's okay. His walk to strikeout ratio is 2.5 to 1. He's an arm. And you didn't give up anything for him. You know, the Mets are going to be sellers with the major players, but the Mets are going to be buyers. The Mets will be buyers. Remember when the Mets acquired Marcus Stroman? The Mets are going to be buyers because you got to remember they have a year next year to Gary's home run calls. Oh yeah, Thomas, Gary is great. His greatest home run call, though, I think it was his home run call. It was a little over the top, but it was brilliant. I'll let you hear it. It was unbelievable. This is one of the just the greatest moments because you didn't ever expect it to happen. Here we go. This was when the Mets were fun to watch, which has been a while.
Looking for his first hit of the year. He drives one deep left field. That goes Upton. Back near the wall. It's out of here. Bartolo has done it. The impossible has happened.
Jacob DeGrom with long hair. That's how long ago it was. They were having fun. Look at him smile.
The team vacates the dugout as Bartolo takes the long trot. His first career home run.
We're a terrible, terrible hitter. Yeah, Thomas, that was a great one. That was a great one. Gary Cohen. Yeah, I don't know why they don't. I like when they don't do it anymore. Why not? Why don't they do it anymore? It only takes one person to start doing it again. Start a little fucking revolution. Start hitting fucking people. Yeah, I don't. You know what? I don't know what it is with Lindor. I think Lindor just is very upset with the whole season. Yeah, Brett Beatty shouldn't be playing in the major leagues. Not on this team, he shouldn't. This team's not good enough to have a guy like Brett Beatty on it. You see, if you're the Dodgers, you know, you can give him 150 at-bats a year. He'll hit 250, 48 homers. You bring him in, you play him on a Sunday. You know, that's fine. Not to be in the lineup every day with a team that's 350 fucking games out of first place. Even the Rangers and the Knicks are ahead of this fucking team, and they're not even playing in the division. This team just can't do anything. Oh, Luis Torrens has a fucking interpreter too? He don't speak English either, this motherfucker!
Those back-to-back challenges.
How long do you have to fucking play in America to speak English?
At least 50%.
Yeah, 50%. That's what he said. How long do you have to work in America to speak fucking English? You're here 6 months a fucking year. Learn the language. Jesus Christ. You know, well, Young's not an everyday player. I told you guys, you're going to, you know, Young is nice for a 2-week spurt. This is the reason why 28, 30-year-olds aren't major league players. Because once you have to play them more than 2 weeks, you see that they're not major league players. But look, Juan Soto is Juan Soto again. Now, let's get to Freddie Peralta, who gave us an astonishing 4 2/3. Look, I can't keep on beating a dead horse, okay? We know he's not an ace. Everyone knew he wasn't an ace. We knew he wasn't an ace when he got here. Peralta, one earned run, so his ERA fucking went down. 6 strikeouts, which was good to see that he could actually start putting people away. But he's got a 1.4 whip. I'd have a 1.6. If I had a sling on my arm, I'd have a 1.9. Perez struck out 3. Minter's been great. He's got a 0.56 ERA. He must have been special going back to Atlanta. Zuniga, or whatever his name is, I think it's his first time in 2 years pitching. And Williams back up to 4.85 ERA. You know, they're all chasing Peralta. Rayleigh, another decent outing. And Weaver, who is down to 1.90. Weaver's a badass, 0.82 whip. He's a badass. But, you know, Soto pointing to the ceiling, rounding first base is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And, Green. Oh, look, Green was an under 500 manager in San Diego. He's just better than – that's scary that Green is a better manager than Mendoza. And Green got fucking jetted out of San Diego, the cheapest motherfucking organization. They put him on a private fucking plane to get him the fuck out of there. Can you imagine? Like Maud Schott. Get this, the old owner of – well, I think she had pictures with Hitler. And you know something? It's not funny. When Eric Davis had almost a punctured fucking lung or something, or kidney, I don't know, could have been a toe, I don't know, so long ago. You know, she made him pay for his airfare to go see a specialist in LA. How fucking cheap can you be? What did he have to fucking die for you to say, okay, I'll pay for the doctor now? How bad can you be? But look, this team, and I think Weaver got his first save. I think this should be his first save. He doesn't have a save this year. But this, and look at the Phillies. The Phillies lost 2 touchdowns. Can you imagine going into Kansas City and giving up fucking 15 runs? I'd fucking hide for a year. John Franco levels, yeah. Peralta's, yeah. Or Armando Benitez. I thought he got the save. Was it the win? No, Brooks Raley gets the win, doesn't he? Whaley should got – no, I think Brooks Raley gets the win. Check it out. He should get the save, Weaver. 2-game winning streak. Yeah, this is scary. Hey, gaming. This is scary. You know, your little avatar looks like fucking Morrissey. You know Morrissey? Looks like the singer Morrissey. But Carson Benj, I'm telling you, Benj isn't a great right fielder. He's very athletic, so he looks like a great right. He's not a great right fielder. He's got a great arm. He's not. He's not a great. Gets a terrible read on the ball. He makes up for it with some speed, but he's not a great right fielder. And Ewing, as good as he's been, isn't ready. Ewing, his baseball IQ is fucking terrible. He doesn't know how to run the bases. He can't get a read off a pitcher. He makes a lot of mistakes, Ewing. But he's 21. I don't know. I made mistakes when I was 21 too. Difference was I wasn't fucking playing at Citi Field. I was playing on the grass at Cropsey Park with a fucking plastic cheap Met hat from a Met giveaway and a fucking wiffle bat in my hand. I was Rusty Staub. Yeah. Torrens was a big hit. Really was. Torrens has been good for the Mets. Freddie Peralta's talking. He's always smiling, Freddie. What the fuck are you smiling about? That, you know what he's smiling about? Good. 28 days to the trade deadline. That's what he's saying to himself. I get the fuck out of here. That's what he's saying. And I get out of here. Terrible Spanish accent. I'll do it anyway. I get out of here, maybe win a World Series, and tell Mr. Cohen I won the World Series. It was a bad year last year, and you give me $80 fucking billion. And you know what Cohen will say? All right. Should I go to the game? I haven't gone to one game this year. They probably think I died. I'm telling you, there's going to be a condolence card at the door. I'm sorry, you must have passed away, because I was always there. I was always I would always hit my rep up for something. I hit them up for like 8 stockbrokers. I told them they were stockbrokers. 2 of them worked in fucking Dunkin' Donuts. I said, I'm going to bring prospects to you. I swear, it was a $3,000 fucking bill. He got 2 certificates for free coffee from Dunkin'. And a mug. What a great fucking deal. Okay, but that KC's runs for a fucking month they scored today. See, now we got on Freddie Peralta. The Cy Young Award probable gave up 8 or 9 runs today in a couple of innings. He hasn't been great on the road of late either, Sanchez. Great at home. You can't hit him. Philly's lineup is not great on the road. They look great, Philly's lineup. They're not on the road. Gio, I've always said this. I do believe there will be one period where we're going to start looking and say, well, look, we have 35 games left. If we go 34-1, but yeah, I think we're going to win 10 out of 12 at some point, but then we're going to be 11 out of the wild card. There's 18 teams. My softball team's ahead of them in the fucking wild card. Everybody's ahead of them in the wild card. But now tomorrow I have tickets. I haven't gone to one game. They'll be so happy to see me, thinking that I didn't drop dead. They'll probably give me something. Let me make sure I have it. Make sure I didn't fucking take him away from me. They might have thought I died. Said, take him away from me. He's not going to. He's fucking underground. He's not going to know what the fuck's going on. Yeah, Royals, Mets. That's my ticket for tomorrow. Access tickets. They'd send it. If I tried to sell this on StubHub, they'd send a fucking hit squad for me. They'd say, what are you fucking kidding me? How much money are you going to give us to go, you mother? Mets wallet. I haven't gone to one fucking game. I don't even sell them. I'm so fucking disgusted. You would think I'd make $3. I don't even fucking want to be bothered. Yeah, Dementia Joe. A day at this, it's like I don't know. Because you know why? I'll tell you why, Pete. Because if you went and tried out, you'd get $6 million. The water boy makes $1.5 million. Everyone makes $10 million in baseball. And to be fair, he's a top 20 pitcher for the other team, whoever we're playing against for them. But you know what? Peralta's been a top 10 to 15 pitcher every year for the last 8 years. Right? How many teams, 28, 30, maybe 25 aces are better than him? And then he leads the second tier of number 2 starters. Right? So he certainly deserves $10 million. He fucked himself big time with this season, though. Probably cost himself $30 million. I would think that Peralta will get $25 million 6 years. His ask is $8 million. He'll settle on $6 million with a limited no trade clause. $1 million if he wins a Cy Young Award. $500,000 if he comes in top 3. Stuff like that. Right? You're right. They wouldn't want to touch it. They think it's like hugging Mr. Met if they touch this fucking phone. I could keep a fucking gold watch a gold-plated fucking dildo and 10,000 under this phone, and they said, "Don't touch it. You'll turn into Mamdani." But you know what the thing is? If Weaver becomes the closer, you're going to see the same thing. It'll be too much pressure on him. Devin Williams is too good to be an 8th inning guy, not good enough to be a 9th inning guy. And it's opposite for Weaver. Kind of too good to be an 8th inning guy, not good enough to be a closer. Didn't I just say that? Reverse? Hey, I'm going fucking nuts. Right now, what I would do, I would trade Devin Williams to Baltimore. Baltimore needs a closer. They'd probably want Weaver more because he's got control. But Devin Williams, you could probably give him to Baltimore. I don't think they turn him down. It depends what you ask for, but we owed them a good sticking for what they did to us. And then Devin Williams, they'll be fucking jumping up and down when the World Series. You have to remember, whatever we do as Met fans, we're going to get fucked. And the Met front office, they love Brett Beatty to a fault. I think Alvarez would get you a good return if you traded Alvarez because he's 24, he's a catcher, and he's a 25 home run guy. And you'd still get – the Yankees would give you something for Alvarez. And he's the most consistent, promising guy because he's young. And look, he's a 7 WAR over 4 seasons or 3 seasons. They all are 1. You know, he has hit. But I really do believe that there are people in the office that still think Brett Beatty could be an everyday player. I think that there are people in the organization that think that Brett Beatty can still be a really good player. I think they gave up on Vientos. I think they probably now are convinced that he can't be. But do you know that Brett Beatty, I think, is the 4th or 5th worst hitter in the major leagues? He has a 6.0 something OPS. But for some reason, they don't want to give him up for nothing, and that's what teams are going to offer for him. You know, they're not going to give him up for nothing. You're going to have to package him with an Alvarez or something like that. You know, when he was drafted, he was they thought they were getting Adam LaRoche. 25 home run power. And they thought he'd be good. They really did. But also, getting the ball in the air has always been an issue for him. He has like a 50% ground ball rate. And it's terrible. He can't lift the ball. Every ball he hits is a ground ball. That's the problem. He started playing well in July and then went back to his old shit. Now, in November, he'll be 27. So, you know, should he be this clueless rookie? He's not a rookie anymore. And he shouldn't be this clueless anymore either. And he has been given multiple chances. And he's gone through month-long slumps that are crazy. But they could have got something for him last year. We're going to have a surprise. He was asked for earlier. And I'm going to drop a link for him. My friend Mike Massa. This is only for Mike, people. He's going to come in. We had a great discussion over the fourth about this team. Mike has definite ideas that are interesting. And those of you that know him from our political days, and we'll do that again. He's a tremendous baseball fan. He's very knowledgeable. The thing that I like about Mike is that he's not as emotional as me, because he's an adult to begin with, and he's an adult. That's pretty much the answer. But he's a great guy, great fan, and I just dropped him the link, and hopefully he'll pick it up, and we'll talk a little. But look, I think it's pretty evident that the Mets haven't given up on Brett Baty. I think it's also pretty evident that the reason they play Vientos is to try to trade him. I cannot imagine that there is anybody in the Met organization that still is high on Vientos. I'm telling you, they're not high on Vientos anymore. I think they're still split on Baty. I think Baty's defensive prowess and how he has learned to be a positive defender at multiple positions, that's very, very powerful. You have to remember, that's an extra player you don't have to carry on the bench. You know, if he can play even serviceable left field or right field, even for a few innings, and he can play short, he probably can for an inning, third base, second base, first base. You know how powerful that is? There are major league hitters that were 220 hitters that hung around because they could play multiple positions, because that's an extra position you don't have to tie up on your 40 man. That's an extra position you don't have sitting on the bench rotting away. You could have another pitcher on the staff because of that. Oh, well, Thomas, I would agree with you. Only thing is that Brett Baty's biggest problem is raising the ball. He can't get loft under the ball. He pounds the ball into the ground, and he strikes out probably 25% of the time. But is he valuable? Not for a team that scores 3 runs a game. No. Yeah, Baty, if I had to think about his stats, he's probably a slight positive at third. You could look the stats up. I'm not looking them up, but I'll tell you exactly because I'm a Brooklyn guy. I would say Baty is very slightly above average at third. I would say he grades out probably average at second. Probably his range isn't great at second. I would say he averages out average at second base. Below average in right field. Probably not as bad as Soto. But then again, I could play 1 percentage point on the Soto. I'm being serious. I'm going to email him the hold on for a second. Yes, Mike, if you're listening, my friend, I'm going to email it to you right now. Let me find. I haven't emailed him in a long time here. Let me see if I can do it. I'm sure I can. Attorney Michael Massa. Okay, I think that should do it. Okay, hopefully you have it now, Mike. Yeah, Baty just doesn't lift the ball enough. Now, playing at Yankee Stadium when it's 100 degrees out and you see a bunt go to the warning track, maybe you'd learn how to. I don't know what the hell that was. But I think that Baty would be very serviceable. I could see Baty playing on San Diego, Kansas City, Chicago. But they definitely should have traded Baty when they could have got something for him. Yeah, I know, Game. Well, you know who ruined a lot of these players? Chavez. Alvarez was coming off a 25 home run season, and Chavez said, "No, don't try to hit home runs. Go to right field. Go to right field. What the fuck's wrong with you? Where can you get a catcher that hit 25 home runs? Find me 3 catchers that hit 25 home runs. And you're trying to make him poke the ball to right with a runner at first? Get the fuck out of here. Well, that's why you're out of here, Chavez. Chavez will never get a Tony, my pizza's right. I do stutter. He'll never get another job in baseball. First of all, he throws everybody under the bus. Chavez talks about everybody. Everybody he's ever worked with, he's talked about. Do you think anyone's going to give him a job? No. But Beatty, the thing with Beatty that intrigues people is he's 26. And do you know what bothers people too? The curse of Justin Turner. Turner was about 28 when the Mets traded him, he became an all-star. And he looked like a guy that could just play twice a week. I think Travis d'Arnaud went to the Braves, became an all-star. I think it scares them with Alvarez. Alvarez is 24 years of age. Do you know if you trade Alvarez today, he'll haunt you for 10 years? For 10 years, you'll have that guy haunting you. If he was 36, all right, for 2 years, we'll have to get through. Very tough. Want to see if you got my what do you mean I need to sign in with M? I signed in. Fuck is this here? Sign into my Google account. I am in it. How do you think I'm on here? Outlook. I'm not even with Outlook. What are they talking about? Email. Microsoft. It says that I'm not signed in. Continue. What the hell's wrong with my email now? I'm always having problems. It's incredible. I need to sign in. Yeah, no. You told me 3 fucking times already. Google security. You allowed Microsoft out. Yeah, they're probably going to be setting things up. Why are you setting things up? I was in this 2 days ago. It was fine. Now you got to fucking set things up? Getting Outlook ready. I didn't join up Outlook. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't get it here. Add all your accounts. What are you talking about? Your email calendar. I have no calendar. What the fuck do I do? I'm sitting on here with a Mets Postgame. That's my calendar. Oh, wait. Maybe this worked. Attorney Mike Mazza. There he is. Let's see if it works. Send. Not interested. No, I'm interested in Mike. I'm not interested in what they're trying to sell me, though. Okay, Mike. I think I did it the right way. I'm having problems with this. Yeah, Beatty had about a 780 OPS the last half of last year. Well, that's what it was. He was good defensively. That's what it was. The defense is, Stearns with defense. That's what got him. Run prevention. You know what run prevention is? Pitching and defense. He's a Harvard grad. He came up with a new word. That's what it is. Anybody else would say pitching and defense. This idiot has to be different. He says run prevention. Run prevention is fucking pitching and defense. So why do you have to? It's like a presser now is the new word for press conference. Why can't you say press conference? You're that fucking busy? What are you going to run out of words as you're getting older that you can't say press conference? He posts every day. He plays every day. Now it's posts. No, posts means I'm texting. Post does not mean I'm playing fucking shortstop. Post means I'm posting something. It's like in the 80s when they said anywho, anyhow became anywho. The fuck does that mean, anywho? Anywho? I know, that's how it is, Ray. They just fucking destroyed us. They all this woke fucking bullshit. You know why? Because they hate everything we stand for. If you walked around, if they could, they'd have shears. They'd cut your dick off in front of you. They just don't give a they can't stand us because we are the old regime. They hate us because we represent the old God. I never saw it, Ray. Let me see if Mike got it. Mike's a breath of fresh air, and he calms me down on here. Mets are very woke. You know what, though? I think a lot of the baseball teams are woke. It's not only the Mets. Oh, I know they're woke, but I think a lot of them are. I think you've cemented your woke when your player, his wife is working for Mamdani. I think it's a pretty good idea that you're not a Republican. I'm sure the wife is very happy USA lost tonight. The liberal left were crying when fucking Mexico lost. Rafael Devers, it's a bad contract. Lindor is a much better player than Devers. But I think that, let me see, did he get it? Well, they're in LA. They're supposed to be woke. The girls in San Francisco don't wear skirts because their balls would show. Yeah, there's no accountability. Well, Team USA wasn't that good. They were good, but they were never beating Spain, or Spain played like shit today. And they won 1-0. Spain should have won 4-0 today. You know why they should have won 4-0? Because I had them laying a goal and a half. I lost. They'll win 18 fucking nothing in a soccer game next time they play. Now, France is the best team. I'm just trying to get Mike situated here. I'd like to get him on. He says they're asking for a password. I don't know what the hell is going on with this. I'm having a problem too. Let me see. I did sign in. It says I have to sign in, and I am signed in. What the hell's going on here? It's because my computer's always changing, updating. Pretty soon it's going to say you're going to be woke. Good evening, bread box. It'll call me a bread box. Not even Vinny anymore. Okay, Outlook. Okay. Trying to figure out what's wrong here. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just having a problem here. Hey, Mitch. Yeah, they should be ecstatic. Hey, what the fuck is wrong with this here? See, even being a Met fan, it's destroyed my computer. It's destroyed everything. Let's see if this is working. I got into it here. Where's my sent mail? Yeah, it looks like it got sent to him. Yeah, it's hard to get a static. Rob, I'm having a problem. I don't know what the hell's wrong. I'm gonna have to have my son come in and fix this. He'll probably charge me, my son, but I'll do it. I went out to Jersey to a wake and met a friend of mine's wife. My friend is ill. And it's always something. Yo, can you imagine Soto's wife and Lindor's wife hanging out? Double homicide. Let me. I just don't know anymore. No, I think hey, how are you, Bet? No, I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's a very good Pobo, president of baseball ops. I don't think he is really a good GM. I think Cashman for a very long time had to win every trade, or he wouldn't trade with you. He was like Steve Yzerman in hockey. If you traded with Steve Yzerman, you got destroyed. People were afraid to trade with Yzerman because they always got screwed. And Stearns is that way. I think Stearns has to win every trade, and if he feels he's not winning the trade, he's not going to make it. There he is. Hey, how are you?
How are you?
How are you? Someone asked for you in here, my friend Larry. There he
nail
is.
biter.
See, Larry, you asked for him. I produced him. How are you, buddy?
Great. Nail biter. Too bad the Mets weren't in it. You could enjoy it.
I know. Mike, do you think David Stearns knows what he's doing?
I think he's just concerned with proving himself and his way of doing things instead of bettering the team.
Very good point.
It's very frustrating. Even today, because I'm just rooting for some of these players to be marketable, and I was really ticked because everybody, they got to try to get rid of Williams and it's not going to work out. Yeah. Not from what I saw. Who's going to want him?
Weaver, I think, could get some.
Oh, absolutely.
Look what they got for relievers last trade deadline. I would say Weaver is better than Taylor, although Taylor did have a pretty good track record over 5 years. And look what the Mets gave up for that guy Taylor. Oh, it's the Mets.
No, I think Wheeler's probably their best commodity right now.
Yeah, I think so.
What all these teams want? There's going to be interest in Peralta.
I would think so.
It's frustrating. The lefty, Rainey? A few people put a flyer. They'll always want a lefty.
Right. How much do you think that Peralta's hurt his trade value because of the last few starts? Do you think some pitching coach will say, no, we can straighten him out. It's just a bad thing over there. You think that's it?
Peralta's a pretty good pitcher. He's not to me, he's not a frontline pitcher. He's a very good.
Right.
If you're going to be disappointed if you expect him to be an ace pitcher, but he's a very good third starter. Had a really good year with Milwaukee. Certainly, and I think he might have been the winningest pitcher in the National League. Now, he didn't pitch as well as Skeens.
Right, and he doesn't make any money either, really.
No, but he wins games. What's the negative is he really doesn't pitch deep enough into games.
And he doesn't win them for us. But other than that,
that's it. You're talking about 5 innings. Now it's 4 innings. It's tough. But I think he won 17 last year, right? Or
he had a great year last year. His best ERA, I think, of his career.
Yeah, he's a solid pitcher. Again, a lot of these pitchers don't pitch many innings. It's just disappointing in general. Saying the same thing with the 5-inning pitcher. He does get the pitch count up too high, and he doesn't last into the 6th or 7th enough.
No.
That's the downside.
Now it used to be 5 inning Freddie. Now it's 4 2/3. He doesn't even give you 5 anymore.
There's also what there is there's a lack of good right-handed hitting available, and if between Vientos and the catcher, not Terrence, excuse me.
Do you think Vientos could ever find his swing on another team?
He might. He's a god awful first baseman.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know where he's going to play. And quite frankly, his bat doesn't even play at first base. It would have in the past. It's really disappointing. He can't put solid at bats together. He's very inconsistent, and so many teams need a right-handed hitter, including one of the teams in their own division.
Right. I've never seen, Mike, even in Little League, I've never seen a first baseman get a ball hit to him and he falls on his ass constantly. He's always falling on his ass. He's got no footwork at all.
No, he's awful, and and third base certainly isn't an easy position to play.
No.
I mean, he doesn't have a position, and he's not a consistent hitter.
No.
But what he is he's at this point he's an extra right-handed hitter to basic with the DH to play against lefties and keep an extra right-handed hitting at bat. That's not enough value.
No, I agree with you. Beatty, do you think it's Beatty's defensive versatility that has Stearns won over at this point, where they won't get rid of him?
Look, people complained about McNeil. Well, I mean, that he wasn't. He's another guy who looks, the swing looks good. He's just, he doesn't go through the zone.
Right.
Hey, something's wrong. It's a lot of dead at bats with Beatty.
It's terrible because
he doesn't. And I will tell you, at first when I saw Carson Bench, they may have something with Bench because he's got a quick bat. When I was first disappointed because he looked overmatched, but he adjusted and he proved himself that he belongs. He's a really good all-around player. So that's the bright spot of the Mets this year.
I don't think Ewing's ready. You can see Ewing's mistakes on the base.
Ewing's the fourth outfielder. What I'd love to ask somebody like I don't know if you get a chance to meet Mets front office, but even somebody who watches the team, can he develop into a very good defensive center fielder? Because his bat would even play better in center field, and it would allow the team to get more offensively.
Right.
If he could free up the corners. And the reason why is Bench is an excellent outfielder. Now, he didn't look so great in center field a couple of times he was there, but I think one was in Colorado. That's not
He gets a bad read, if you notice. He goes back on the ball first.
And he has, there's no reason why he has the tools to be a very good center fielder.
He does.
First of all, his speed is good enough, and it's not just about speed. His instincts in the outfield, he's an excellent right fielder. When you have somebody who's an excellent right fielder, they're certainly going to be capable in center field, but why wouldn't they be a really great center fielder? The obvious reason is they just can't cover the ground, and right field doesn't demand as much ground covered, or left field for that matter. Right. But I don't think that should be the case with him. He's a young guy, and he's got the speed to cover ground. I don't see why he can't be a top center fielder.
Hey, BJ, I just saw you. I'm sorry, my friend. BJ, our friend, is in here. BJ, are you in here? BJ? BJ, your camera's off. So, Mike, I'll tell you something. You just look at it, and I think that David Stearns, look, like you said, Beatty's, no doubt he's a plus player defensively. Even if he's an average player at 3 of those positions, that's a plus player because you can't get a player that can play 4 positions. So if he gives you an average defensive metric, that's a plus player.
Look,
because it's less on the bench. You could carry one guy instead
of
3 guys.
Yeah, I mean, the Mets did some god-awful things in the offseason, and you can't make up for it. So if you had a platoon of Beatty and Vientos, it wouldn't have been so bad.
Right.
You don't get much out of Alvarez, and that's the one that really escapes me because that would be some value. I don't know if they can, if they try to trade him, it's going to be a bunch of teams trying to pilfer him from the Mets.
And I think the Mets look at I think they look at Darno, what happened. They traded him. Look what happened to him. They traded Justin Turner. Look what happened to him. And I think they're afraid. Guys.
Yeah, well, Darno could hit, that's for sure. He was a pretty good hitter, very injury prone.
That was the problem, and that's the problem with Alvarez.
That's
if he
right.
stays healthy, he doesn't stay healthy.
And the problem with Torrens is, and I know he got the game-winning hit, and I sort of like Torrens, but he fits in on a team that's a winning team, a team that's smart enough to have signed Pete Alonso and have him clean up, and have the right to where you could afford a defensive catcher, like for example, going back in history, maybe a Bob Boone type. Who gave you a serviceable, who knew how to handle the pitching staff,
right?
And he'd catch 120 games, maybe drive in 40, 50 runs, and anchor a pitching staff. There's nothing wrong with that. You could win with that if you did everything else right. But you know, what are you going to do? You lose a great cleanup hitter. You trade a good corner outfielder that really should have been your leadoff hitter, but he was bad. But he drove in, I believe, that trade with Simeon.
Yeah, Simeon.
Another trade that seems to be a disaster.
He's hurt. He looks like he aged 10 years. The last 20 years.
Well, he's 35.
Yeah. Brandon Nemo this year.
Yeah. Let's see his stats.
He's hitting 258. He has 8 homers. He's played 84 games. He's healthy. He has 20 doubles, 3 triples, 8 homers, 30 RBIs. He's struck out a lot, but he's hitting 258. And he scored 35 runs. Look, okay, he's not the Beatty that he was a couple of years ago, but he's a 1.6.
No, and to be fair, that's not a great year by Nimmo.
Okay, no, but he's going to be a 3-WAR player, which is okay.
Right, but he, like I said, it's still a heck of a lot better than it makes no sense and why. All of a sudden, they were worried so much about money with Nimmo. I don't buy it.
No, I agree. Now, McNeil, conversely, is batting 227. Since May 1st, he's hitting about 180. He has 3 homers. He looks like he's shot, McNeil.
Look, you might be right. I wasn't really yelling about the McNeil trade because McNeil had plenty of chances, and I understand that you want to upgrade your defense.
Yeah.
But they had a very good young second baseman in Acuña. Now, you might say, well, he's a light hitter, but what are you going through? You're going through the fantasy of Simeon hitting like he did 3 or 4 years ago?
No, I agree. I agree with you, Mike. At least you'd have solid defense there.
He handles the bat correct. And either you could have had, whether maybe even you could have had a Beatty and a platoon. You could have did a lot of things. But on another positive note, they have one of the best hitters in baseball. You saw it tonight. Why in the world the Braves pitched to him, I still don't understand.
Yeah. Acuña has 14 stolen bases.
That was just a blast.
Yeah. That was a towering shot that came down, kind of like the shot that Olsen hit.
Olsen's a terrific hit.
Oh, he's terrific.
To replace Freddie Freeman like that and not lose a beat is a tough thing to do.
BJ, I tried to put you on here. I saw you picked up the link. You can come in, my friend. You weren't coming in. I didn't see your face. If you want to jump on, BJ.
Is that BJ Saroff?
BJ Santana. Sounds like a catcher for the Mets.
But somebody had Milwaukee had
left-handed
hitting catcher. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and Milwaukee just wins without David Stearns.
Yes. Well, maybe Stearns could go there for the trading deadline.
So do you think we see Ryan Clifford up this year? Anytime soon, the first baseman for the Mets, minor league?
Well, that's interesting. I hope he's got some power.
Yeah, I think he's got about 18 homers or something like. He strikes out a lot though.
All right, you could strike out some. I do think they need a power hitter behind Soto. Right now, I do like what Benj is giving you. So you could. The problem is protecting him. Even Bichette, not Bichette. I'm not the biggest fan of Bichette, but he's a pretty good hitter. And right now, he's the best candidate to back up Soto because he's a professional right-handed hitter. I would have let Bichette beat me tonight in a second. I
Hey,
wouldn't let
BJ. How are you? Say hi to Mike, BJ. How you doing? You hear us?
Hey, what's up, bro?
How are
I
you?
hear you. It's a little frozen.
You know-
Hi, BJ. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you very much.
Carson Benz has a chance to be.
I'm good.
Remember Hunter Pence? That's who Benz reminds me of.
Yeah, well, the left-handed version. Yeah, I think so, and I think
Player
he's
like
I think he could be a good top of the order hitter.
Pence was good. Now Ewing. Do you think Ewing is hitting well? I just don't think he has baseball IQ. He seems lost on the bases. This is a guy that was a stolen base champion in the minors. He looks like he's never been on first base. This guy is always picked off. What do you think it is? Is the moment
he needs more seasoning.
I think so. I don't think he was ready. He's doing it with the bat, but I don't think he's ready here.
Yeah, more practice.
Yeah, Red Horse said Clifford is striking out 40% of the time. Well, he could take Beatty's spot. I think Beatty's about 40% also.
They're going to have to see what they have. Again, there's some bright spots. It gives the team on the positive. I know there's a lot of negative, but one of the most positive things, if you could bring up somebody that gives you some hope,
right?
That really gives you like a B12 shot if you can do that. Look what McNeil. There were so high hopes. After the season, as disappointing as it was, and that pitching staff was a disaster, I was looking forward to the season, and then a disastrous offseason happened. But I was looking forward to penciling in. I said, McNeil, they could have somebody potentially as a really good number one starter that can compete with these other teams' top pitchers.
Yeah. Red Horse, my friend with the Mets said they shut Soto down on stealing. They don't want him running right now. He's still his calf is okay, but they don't want him. It takes 3 to 6 months for that to totally heal where it's perfect. They don't want him. They don't want him running. That was told to me by somebody.
Well, what did he steal? 30 last year?
38, I think.
Wow.
He almost went 40. He turned it on. In the last 20 games, he stole like 10 bases. He was trying to get to 40.
Good. Again, the commodity you have a couple of strong commodities. You really have with McClain, a great young pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. He's amazing.
He seems to be working through his stuff, too, right, Mike? Like, seems to be maturing a little.
Yeah.
He is maturing, and he's
starting to get better.
He was going through a tough time. He's better. I'm going to be keeping an eye out in the second half. And you know what? I think he could finish between, he could win 12, 13, maybe 14. That would be terrific. I think he could finish finish strong on McClain. If they don't trade Weaver, I think he's going to be traded because I think that's their best commodity. He could probably take over the reins as an ace. Well, they should really develop somebody.
He's been great.
Where you trade him, though?
Baltimore is looking for a reliever. Baltimore, I think, lost 2 relievers.
Well, tell him Williams is available.
That's what I would do. I would keep Weaver. I would give up Williams.
I heard Toronto's looking for the relievers.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Vinny, I agree 100%. The problem is I don't know if these other teams will be so easy, so accommodating.
Ship to Toronto with Williams.
Oh, yeah.
They want Bichette. I'm sure they take Bichette back.
Oh, yeah. I think he likes it over there.
Me too.
Yeah, he loves it.
I would now don't they have a third baseman that's hitting a lot of home runs?
Who?
A Japanese third baseman hitting a lot of home runs?
On Toronto?
Yeah, Toronto.
Oh,
don't make me say his name. These names are tough.
Oh, I know.
He's good,
They're
though.
underperforming this year.
Yeah, they could get hot though. The Blue Jays. Let's see.
In that soft American
Yeah.
League, they're not out of it. That's why.
And they've had some good. Remember they had Josh Donaldson when he was good. They had Troy Glaus. They had Rance Mulliniks. They've had some good guys. Oh,
That was like 9 years ago.
Kazuma Okamoto.
Right. What does he have? About 20 home runs?
Oh, yeah.
That reminds you of The Odd Couple. Hachimoto, when they asked, did you when's your last physical? But I wonder, how's he doing this year? Does he have 20 homers?
I thought he had something, and he plays third, correct?
Yes. I wonder how he's doing.
But the moment I saw Relay and what it was capable of, just a moment.
He has, let's see. He has 20 homers, 55 RBIs.
Yeah, it's good power.
Yeah. He's hitting 235. His OPS, he's on base plus 315. Slugging's 458. It's good. He probably has struck out a shitload. They didn't even put it up here. That's probably how many times I bet you he struck out a lot.
Oh yeah, well these guys they really don't care about strikeouts. Like God,
no, as long as when you hit 40 homers, you could get away with it. When you hit 8, you bet like Beatty can't get away with it.
And look, home runs add to production. I get it. Sometimes, sometimes you don't want to be caught in the trap of only scoring that way. That's what makes Milwaukee interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Milwaukee is a perfect landing spot for Peralta.
Yeah, maybe they could use
everybody that leaves Milwaukee. They have bad.
Okamoto, Mike. Okamoto has struck out 113 times this year. He's on pace for about 205.
That's incredible.
But again, if you hit 40 homers and knock in 110, I'll live with it.
Well, no, they should definitely start him. I mean, he's productive.
Yeah.
You gotta go. You gotta go with it. If the guy's producing, he's an inconsistent hitter, but he's giving you power.
And
but Guerrero's did Guerrero lose his power?
Guerrero I'm telling you, he has a bad back.
Oh.
He's always had a bad back, and they're not saying anything. I'm telling you, it's his back. That's the only thing that would wipe all your power at that age.
You could be right. You know what happened? Now you know.
He's same thing as me.
I believe
who's on a Hall of Fame trajectory, Don Mattingly.
And they just signed him to a big contract, Guerrero.
Oh.
But I have it's got to be his back.
Maybe it is. Yeah, like I said, Mattingly, lost a lot of his power when it's back. He was one of the most dangerous hitters in the American League, and after the back issues, he became a good hitter, but he wasn't the same dangerous hitter it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame. David Wright would have been David
Wright would have been a Hall of Fame. I agree.
Oh, David Wright would have been.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, I got to run. You want to wrap it up with a statement? Now, Mike and I are going to come on around the trade deadline and talk some baseball for you. And we'll arrange that. This way we can really go through maybe the Mets will win 20 of 22 in the next 22, Mike, and we could be talking about a playoff run.
That'd be interesting. The only statement I'll make is they're going to have to go on pace for about 105 win team the rest of the way to win 85 to 86 to put them in range of a third wild card spot. It's not realistic.
No. But it would be fun to cover it.
It would be interesting, but I think I want to see I'm curious what they're going to do. I mean, the statement is that let's see if some of these guys have value, and maybe bring some rookies and see what this team has. They have to start moving people. The other guy to keep an eye on is Sean Manaea. Team always could use a lefty.
I think so.
A tradable commodity.
Good night, Red Horse.
And Vientos could be the guy who, if they can get him hot a little bit, that would be a good tradable commodity.
He'd
I
be
think there's
perfect in
teams.
Colorado.
Well, I met somebody. Yeah, I mean, but Vientos, one of these contenders who want a right-handed hitter.
Cardinals.
Cardinals, almost anybody could probably use an extra bat because the DH stretches your lineup thin.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to cover the DH spot too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see him going to Philly.
Please.
The Phillies could. The only problem with the Phillies is
Hell no.
Schwarber doesn't really play the outfield that
No.
much. So,
Yeah.
And he's not good. He's not going to bother Harper at first base. That's for sure. He's a
Yeah.
disaster. So that's the only thing that's stuck. They would need Vientos, who was a pretty good, at least a corner outfielder.
Yeah.
The Phillies probably have their eye on Buxton. I think they're probably
Yeah.
hesitant because of his health.
He's terrific.
He doesn't want to leave Minnesota.
Yeah, he doesn't want to leave.
He should
He
leave.
might now, though. He may now.
Yeah.
He's getting older.
He has to leave.
A shot at the World Series now. He
Yeah.
might.
Yeah. If I'm the Phillies, I'm worried about his health.
Oh,
Me too.
I mean, to stay in that lineup.
That's the problem with him. He was having a great year. Thank you so much, guys.
Okay.
Mike, I'll be in
No
contact.
problem.
We'll arrange
There's
it.
going to be a lot going on.
Yes,
The amazing
Mike and I will
Mets.
be on. We'll be covering it in a few weeks. Thanks, Mike. I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Great. Take care,
Bye-bye.
BJ.
yeah.
My pals. Thank you guys for coming on. I will see you tomorrow. Maybe from the City Field. I was going to say the stadium, but I don't want to say the stadium. The Mets win. It's a great win. It's a great day when the Mets win. Shout out to James, who was feeling better. God bless you. Thank you to Mike for coming on and BJ for coming on. And I will see you later, meaning tomorrow, tonight, because it is 12:18 a.m. Have a good one, everybody. Let's go Mets.